Bom dia. Today I'm just going to try to clear some weeds that are growing up, because our long-term goal is to plant grass in certain areas. And so I'm going to show you what I'm going to tackle today. I don't know what these weeds are. If somebody does know, please let me know. Here's a little bit better view. I thought they were some type of sugar cane actually, but I was going to take my facão machete and cut them off and then rototill it. But I suspect as long as the roots are there, they're going to grow back up. So they're not actually hard to pull out. So here's one right here. And then the roots are up. And most plants, the roots are exposed to the sun, they'll dry up and die. So that's what I'm going to do here to get the big stuff out. The smaller weeds, or the other type of weeds, those flower ones actually are nice. Going to probably would just weed whack. And this way I can come in and rototill this area, which has not been rototilled yet. And the goal is try to smooth it out. This area needs to be gone over again. It's going to take multiple passes. And then each time I go over it, the dirt gets a little more finer and finer. And then also as I go over it, the holes tend to get filled in. So that's the goal. I have one other spot, if I don't run out of energy, because I was sick the last 2 days, is this area over here. I'm just going to probably weed whack. I haven't rototilled it all yet. You can see the areas where I have rototilled, but I want to get it cleaned up because I have a project I want to do for fun. And what do I mean by for fun? Because I think it's something that'll look nice and make the property in this area look better. So this is the water from our other pond. And what I want to do is lay plastic, probably 1.5 meters wide, all along here, starting up at the top. And I want to fill the plastic with rocks so that as the water is coming through, it's causing turbulence. And the reason I want to do that is, one, aesthetics. It sounds really pretty when you're sitting up there and you hear the tumbling water. And also because the more the water tumbles, it puts more oxygen into the pond for the fish. So this here stuff is pretty easy to weed whack. So I just need to get it cleared out so I can see what I'm doing. Plus it'll allow this ground to dry out quicker if the sun can get to it. But we're going to lay plastic from here all the way down. And the reason I want to start it is because got a lot of rocks to haul. I already have some here, but not enough for there. So as we find rocks, we'll keep adding to it. So it'll be like an ongoing project. One of those that probably take a month or so, unless we just dedicate one day to it. But picking up rocks is, depending on how big they are, is pretty tough. Anyways, I'm gonna get my sunglasses that I bought because all I do is do this. I squint all day in the sun.
First, let me explain a little bit about this spot right here. This spot was a big hole that the excavator dug, and then he took this soupy mud from the pond and he put in this area. So the top couple inches is hard, and then underneath of that it's really soft. And the issue is when the rototiller breaks through that top layer, the drag bar behind it, which helps me slow down the forward momentum of the rototiller, sinks into that mud, and it's just like butter. It just slides right through it, and then I have to hold it a lot. Plus, I end up having to bend over quite a ways to push the bar down further to get the rototiller to slow down. This doesn't happen very much in the normal soil that I worked for the garden. It's just this type of area that makes it a little bit harder to control the rototiller. So once I've completed a pass in slow speed with the tillers, I then go back over this with it in high speed, which helps break up the soil a lot more, and the clumps that are big clumps. It makes them smaller. It also made it a lot harder to control the rototiller since it just wanted to pull forward so fast, and eventually it really wore me out.
Okay, that about wiped me out. So let me explain a couple things. That area is from the mud bottom of the pond. The guy doing the pond dug a big hole, took the mud and dumped it there. So it has small trees in there, has some rocks, not many, but it gets really hard when it dries out on top. So that's why I went over it slow the first time. Two reasons. Slow, it just chugs through and it doesn't dig down as deep. Plus, it gives me an opportunity to see what hidden stuff is actually below the dirt or the grass right there. I knew there was some tree stumps, but they look small, so I figured I'd go through them. So once I got everything fairly broke up, and of course I only went so close to the edge because I didn't want to lose control. You let go, it stops, but what if it didn't? So just being cautious. And then I put it in high speed mode. High speed mode, when you drag it, and that's what that bar in the back is for. You also saw in the video where I lowered that bar, and the reason I lowered that bar because once you get past the hard layer on top, it's really soft, and so the bar was just going through like it was butter. Go fast, it chops it up really good and makes all the chunks a lot smaller. Plus it breaks up the grass, any weeds and stuff that are in there. I think it's going to rain for the next couple days, but the next goal is let it dry for 2 days and then come over top of it again multiple times. In the garden area that I've done this to, one, it gets easier and easier every time to go over it with the rototiller, and two, the dirt gets more evened out over the holes and gets much smoother. Plus it brings up a lot of the rocks, so then I can go through with the wheelbarrow and pick up the rocks. Now I'm going to try this other area close to the little stream where I talked about putting the plastic and see how I do over there. Pretty tired already though. I feel like I'm a newbie in CrossFit trying to catch my breath. Yeah, I did CrossFit up until I got my hips replaced. Now I just walk, ride bike. Anyways, it's not too bad. But it beat me up, and once this dries, this top layer dries, I think it'll be easier. So It's amazing some spots when that bar digs in. Look at that. So that was down probably 6 to 8 inches in the ground. It's like soup underneath this top layer. So it doesn't hold the rototiller back, which that's using that bar, that drag bar is what makes using the rototiller easier. But not on this new stuff, only on old stuff. All right, I am done for today. We'll post this up there, and if you guys got any questions about the Stihl MH710, let me know. I really like it. My goal is to get that area over there manageable so that I can use my big lawnmower to go over it. I'll never use my little one. There's too many rocks and trees. So, and then whatever I don't get with the big lawnmower, a weed whack. But it'll make a quicker pass through all of this than weed whacking it. So, okay. Ciao.